everyone. Welcome to Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. And it's me, Banshee, today with my Material Matters segment. Your weekly keys to success in business, education, and finance. So welcome. I hope everybody's been having a great week. We're going to start things off with a card for the collective. And I've got my rather sassy little deck here. The Affirmators at Work. It's kind of shiny, so I don't know if it'll be too bright in the light. And it's by Knock Knock Incorporated. I don't have an actual author on this, but whoever wrote it has a very big attitude. So let's see what we get today. I will cut them, and I'll just draw from the top. And it looks like for the collective this week is focus. I align with my ability to focus anytime, anywhere, on anything. I'm a veritable magician and can magically focus pocus whenever I want. Look, it's working right now. I'm focused on everything except what I need to do. Don't be like that this week. We want to focus on what we need to do. But that was very cute. And today, of course, as always, I'll be using the Spirit Within Tarot by Stephen Bright. And love that deck. And we'll be using it again today for our readings. And remember, we're doing the elemental signs of the Zodiac. We'll be starting with the air sign week. And we'll be having a monthly modality messages soon as well. So stay tuned for that reading also. And I'm going to get started with the air signs. I also want to say, so, hallelujah, Jupiter has just gone direct. That's going to be a positive sign for business and material success, I think. Maybe a little money finally coming in instead of escaping our pockets. We can always hope. So Jupiter is now direct, and on Sunday the moon will enter Leo, and it will go all the way to Scorpio by next Saturday. All right. So we're starting with the air signs, and that's Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. The first card is our focus card for the week, and it is where will we need to focus our attention on this week? Air signs. And we've got the High Priestess, and it's upright. So the High Priestess upright as our focus is basically, hey, air signs, I think you can trust your gut this week. I think you should go with your instincts, your intuition. Just make sure things feel right for you. Focus on what your gut feelings are trying to tell you. Maybe even go within and do some meditation on stuff. Do some card readings if you do card readings. Really try to use your intuitive side to figure out what you need to do in these areas of business, education, and finance. And our second card is how can you best prepare yourself for what you need to focus on this week? Well, we've got let's put that away. We got the Queen of Swords, and it's reversed. And so what I would like to say is that you ought to be careful and focus on the types of decisions that you are making. You need to make sure that you're making sound judgments. You need to make sure you're being objective. If you're a supervisor and you're confronted with a problem with employees or with process, you need to hear out all sides and try to make the appropriate decisions. You need to as far as your money and your financial matters go, if you need to seek outside opinion or help, don't just think you have all the answers. By all means, weigh the information that's coming to you carefully and make wise choices. Take your time and make wise choices. So Queen of Swords reverse kind of indicates we've got to watch the kinds of decisions and choices we are making. Are they in yours and others' best interests or not? So the next card is, how will you get along with others in the week ahead? Will there be cooperation or conflict? Well, and I have the Three of Pentacles, and it is reversed. And what I'd like to say is that the Three of Pentacles reversed is telling me, people might not be very helpful this week. In a sense, they might be more of a hindrance to you getting a good product out, getting your work out in a timely manner. There may be some setbacks, some delays. Also, the thing is, people might be a little bit judgmental on the work that you're doing. They might pick on you for the work, just say you're not doing an adequate enough job. Hopefully, it'll be at least constructive criticism and not just really nasty. But I do feel that, people are not necessarily going to be on your side this week and very helpful. So on the one hand, I did tell you to go ahead and ask people for advice, but be wary, that people might not be your friend this week in the workplace. In particular, I think this really applies. And so, will there be forward or backward movement this week, or no movement at all for you air signs? And what I do see is the Three of Cups, and it is reversed. Well, I think by week's end, there's not going to be a lot of celebrating going on. It's kind of like either things are going to stay the status quo, or there might be a few setbacks or things that cause you to be dissatisfied with the work that has been done. And this could involve others. There's 3 cups there. There's 3 of cups. It could be 3. It could mean, that maybe there's some upsets in the workplace. There's some disharmony with others. So I think by week's end, we're going to have some little struggles to deal with, possibly carrying over into the next week going forward. So that's what I have for you air signs this week. I guess to recap, I'll just say, really try to, your gut is your friend this week. Your gut and your intuition can carry you a long way. Just, trust it. But that's one part of the equation. The other part is that whatever your intuition is telling you, make sure that you take that intuition and make wise choices and decisions with it. Don't make hasty decisions without thinking things through. And also, finally, with the Three of Pentacles reversed, I should say with other people this week, remember, they may not always be that helpful with getting the work done for you. There also might be some criticism, some judgment on the work that you yourself are doing. And the final result of all of this is that things either stay the same or there's some disappointments. There may be some delays. There may be some difficulties in your communications and dealings with others. So be mindful of that, air signs, and good luck with your week ahead. We're going to move on to the fire signs now. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Let's see what we have in store for you. As an Aries, I will always pay close attention. I have Sunny sitting here by me. He's out of camera sight. If he's good, I might do a Sunny cam later, but I don't want to mess up the view of the cards.
He's visible.
All right, let me cut them for you. Fire signs. Okay, so the first card is your focus card for the week, what you need to pay attention to. And we have the 10 of Cups, and it's reversed. Well, I think the focus this week is maybe to how to restore harmony in your work environment, perhaps. Maybe in other business dealings and matters with clients, it's restoring some harmony. There's some discontent discontentment. There's some emotional dissatisfaction as well. I don't know if this is relating to returns on investments that aren't coming through, or if this has to do with just disappointment in your abilities to, and discontentment with your job itself. You know, everybody's going through a hard time right now, and a lot of places have been cutting back. And so it's possible that maybe you have taken on more work because they've had to let some other people go. So it's showing a lot of stress and some difficulties maybe handling things emotionally this week with business and financial matters. So how best can you prepare for this focus this week? Well, I'm thinking that this is the Hierophant reversed, and I'm kind of thinking that maybe you need to focus on doing things in a non-conventional manner. You know, this situation maybe with the Ten of Cups is calling for you to sorry, getting some backwards mirror clues here from my producer. So basically with the Hierophant reversed, it's telling you to think outside the box more and not do things that would be normal status quo in order to possibly, get over this emotional turmoil and the stress, and also maybe the added burden of extra jobs and work. You may have to think outside the box on how you're going to manage all of this. Look for clever ways to cut corners and to do things in a quicker manner, or something that takes some of that stress off of you. So that's what I'm thinking that card is indicating. Your interactions with others this week, will they be helpful or hurtful? Will there be cooperation or not? And I have the Ten of Wands, and it is reversed. I'm sorry, it is upright. I'm looking right at it, and I said it was reversed. I think my brain is reversed. So the Ten of Wands, look at all that burdens that this person is carrying. Sad to say that, again, whether it's due to cutbacks, there's not enough people, or whether everybody else has their own burdens to carry, I really don't feel as if they're going to be very helpful to you this week. Your bosses may not be understanding. They may think, you can handle it. What are you complaining about? Why are you being a martyr? Whereas you're feeling like you're carrying an oppressive load, other people are not going to be that willing to help. So again, that falls back on that Hierophant reverse card, that it's going to be up to you to think of some creative ways, fire signs, that you are going to be able to work around, these struggles and difficulties. And the final card is, will there be forward or backward movement, or no movement at all this week? Well, we have the King of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles is reversed. And I kind of feel as though towards week's end, there could be some money slippage. There could be some problems managing money. I would say for those of you who are investing money, be very careful with your money this week, because ultimately there could be some setbacks by week's end. Watch the market indicators closely, because I tend to think that this is relating more definitely towards the end of the week. And as far as the workplace goes, it seems as though you're going to be so spent from some of these burdens that you've been carrying that you're going to feel real burnt out by week's end. I really do feel that King of Pentacles, as far as the workplace goes, is showing a burnout going on. So let's recap this for you fire signs a little bit here. We have the Ten of Cups reversed as your focus for the week, and it's indicating some disharmony, some disappointment, some things that just are not satisfying anymore as far as the workplace goes. Maybe where you've been investing your money, something is causing stress as well. I think the Ten of Cups can relate to all of that. And also, as far as how you prepare for the focus this week, what can you do about this? You need to think outside the box. You need to do things in a different manner, possibly unconventional, maybe things you never would have thought of doing before, in order to make things less stressful for yourself. Because according to this card here, the Ten of Wands, you're going to be carrying a lot of burdens this week, and either there's not going to be enough people around to help you, or they're just not going to be very willing to help you because, hey, they've got stuff of their own to do, is how they're going to look at it. And the final result is going to be some serious burnout, I feel. Also, potentially some loss as far as investments go. So keep an eye to the stock indicators and also beware of what is happening with your finances overall. And also just try to take it a little easy on yourself, fire signs, because, we like to burn the candle at both ends. And I don't think this is going to be a good week to try that. All right. That's what I have for you, fire signs. For water, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, this is for you. And I'm going to grab, speaking of water, I'm going to grab a little sip here myself. So I can have a nice clear throat. Get on with the water signs. I just thought the water signs were a good break to get a drink. Especially after talking about fire. Anyway, all right. Let's see what we've got. Cut them. All right, your focus card for the week ahead, what you need to pay attention to is Justice, and it is reversed. Wow. Okay, water signs, be prepared for some things that are going to feel really unfair to you. Like either, you're being dumped with a lot of work that you don't think you should be responsible for. Maybe if you're in school, there's going to be some unfairness in regards to grading. You're going to feel like you haven't been treated fairly. With stocks and investments, I would be careful, the return on investment as opposed to the investment you're putting in. Is it even? Is it matching up? Is everything on the up and up? So, and also this is just a sign to pay attention to who's doing your business and make sure they're handling things in an ethical manner. How best can you prepare for this focus this week? I feel as though the Knight of Cups here upright is saying, well, keep your emotions and your wits about you. Be very emotionally stable. Try to ground yourself. Don't let this injustice or this unfairness or whatever from the Justice card here throw you off your game and make you act unprofessionally. This is a card that you should be able to maintain it. But because of the positions that it's in, I'm telling you, be aware of that, keeping a stable and calm demeanor throughout. You're a water sign and you can get very emotional. Don't let circumstances get the best of you. Oh, what am I doing? I don't know. I suddenly lost it. Maybe I should have shuffled, though, again, because look what came up next. So will people cooperate with you this week? Will there be cooperation or maybe not? Not so much. Looks like people this week, and this is really interesting. So far, for all the readings I've done thus far, it looks as though people are not very helpful. So we have the Ace of Cups reversed here. And what is it saying? It's saying that, your interactions with others is not going to be very emotionally satisfying or fulfilling. And so I think right here where I've told you to try to keep your emotions about you, it's probably where your dealings with others are concerned. Because I think they're going to really kind of make you not stressed out, but make you feel either angry, sad, emotionally distraught in some way. So that's why, I was saying, try to keep an even keel and don't let the circumstances get the best of you, water signs. And finally, the final card of the week is, will there be forward movement, backward movement, or no movement at all? Well, I have to tell you, water, the Wheel of Fortune is reversed. And so with the wheel reversed, it seems to indicate to me that, there's not going to be forward movement. There could be some steps back. Definitely, there seems like the wheel is turning the other way. So as far as the stock market goes, be aware of that. I think this is the second time, in a reading, I'm noting that there could be a downturn. So pay attention to the markets and the market indicators. I am only a tarot reader, and I am not going to allow my cat to get in the way here. But at any rate, I'm just going to tell you, just be aware. I'm only a tarot reader, and you should consult with your experts. So let's recap this a little bit, and I can get into more detail here for you. We have the Justice card reversed for your focus, and the focus is basically on something that seems unfair. You might be overburdened with something. Stocks might be leaning in a negative direction. It seems like there's a lack of balance. Justice is about balance. So also in your school and educational life, try to maintain an even keel. And so basically with the focus, how you can best prepare for it is to maintain emotional stability and calm. Try to approach things on an even keel no matter how much others may be pressing your buttons, because right there with your dealings with others, the Ace of Cups is reversed, and that's telling me that people are going to try to push your buttons this week. There is going to be some emotional discontentment or dissatisfaction in your dealings with others. And the final result is less progress this week than we would like. I tend to think that there could be some bad luck, some ill timing, some inability to, the market indicators might be going down. So just pay attention and do your due diligence. And remember, with the Wheel of Fortune, what goes down must come up again. It's a cyclical thing. So it's not something that's necessarily pointing to long-term losses. It's something that could very well right itself. Just keep in mind, though, that it looks as though there's more of a downturn by week's end than forward progress. And that's what I have for you, water signs. Good luck with your week ahead. My cat kind of threw me off a little bit there, but hopefully we'll get through this last reading. We are on the earth signs, which is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. I guess I would also add for you water signs, maybe not a good week to play the lottery with the Wheel of Fortune down. Okay, earth signs. Let's see what we've got. Your focus card for the week ahead is the Four of Cups, and it is upright. And the Four of Cups says that, you're going to want to take a step back this week. Maybe some of you are actually taking a vacation. At any rate, you're going to want to take kind of some little timeouts for yourself so you can really contemplate what your next moves are going to be. Whether it's with investments or stocks, whether it's with property matters, hey, whether you're planning a school project or maybe a new career move. It's time to take a step back and reassess things maybe a little bit, and before you move forward, before you take those next steps. How can you best prepare for that in the week ahead? The Six of Pentacles is upright. I don't know, this is an interesting card in this position. I almost want to say that it's saying that, you really need to give something to yourself. This isn't so much about giving to others. How best you can prepare for stepping back is giving yourself that break that you need. Maybe giving yourself some nourishing break. What it could mean as well is maybe it's time to be a little bit extravagant with yourself and spend a little, let loose a little bit, give yourself a little treat this week and the week ahead. Now, sometimes that card means something completely different, but in other words, being generous to others, being giving to others of your time. But because of the focus this week and where it has come up and how to prepare for that focus, this is what I think it means to me and to you, is that you should give yourself something this week. Give yourself that break and that time that you need. If it's just giving yourself some momentary pleasure, go for it. A new purchase, something that you want and desire. Okay, will people be helpful or hurtful in this week ahead? Will they help you move along the business or not? We have the Page of Wands and it's upright. And you know what? That's really good right here. Because for those of you who might be looking for jobs this week, it's possible some news will come in. Maybe you'll get an interview set up. There'll be some communication. It's a possibility for those of you who have applied for a job that maybe you'll find out you've gotten the job, which would be really wonderful. It's definitely messages and communications. I think for you earth signs, there's going to be a lot of networking this week. And it's positive. It's growthful, being a wand card. So it'll be moving you forward, hopefully. Let's see what that last card has to tell us. Wow, this is really interesting because this card came up before, but in reverse. So will there be forward or backward movement this week? What's going to happen? Or will things stay the same? You have the King of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles is upright. And so what I think here, in this case for you guys, is, hey, you rule. In the financial realm, things are really going your way this week. So I don't know if you've made the appropriate investments, if you've been purchasing property, if you're expecting a bonus or a raise, or maybe if you're a boss, you're in a position where you might be able to, give some money out to your coworkers, some bonuses. It just looks like a very positive, growthful end to this week. Okay, so I'm going to recap this for you, earth signs. Basically, you should take a few steps back, though, maybe early this week, early on, and contemplate your next moves. Contemplate where you want to go, where you want to put your money, what projects you want to work on, what direction you're going to take research projects in if you're in school. Take that step to give yourself that time. And the second card really reinforces that as how to prepare for that focus. I think you really need to give yourself a break and give yourself something that you enjoy. Maybe you just need to take some long, if you can, a long lunch break where you can just, sit and muse and eat slowly and relax and go to one of your favorite restaurants for lunch and figure things out. Of course, in the COVID age, that might be harder to do. So I'm just saying, give yourself something, whether it's a treat, whether it is finances, do what you need to do. And then over here, it's the Page of Wands indicates that you need to remember that this is a great week for networking, and this is a wonderful week where people are going to be communicating with you. You may be getting job interviews. You may be getting news back you might be getting news back on an interview that you had. It's definitely a lot of networking and information going on. And finally, the final card is the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles means that things are going to be very growthful and positive this week. Maybe new jobs, maybe new projects, maybe new accounts if you're a salesperson, and definitely some return on some investments of some sort. So all in all, a really good week for you earth signs. And so I'd like to thank you for joining me today for the Material Matters. I hope this helps you prepare for your week ahead. And don't forget to see Mr. O's Emotional Exchanges on Fridays at 10 a.m. And this is Banshee. And don't forget also to join us on our live streams twice weekly. Thursdays and Sundays. We'll see you next time.